everyone, please welcome to the stage, Dave Burke.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the 2018.
So there's a lot of stuff going on here today. One of the things I want all of you on site to be able to take advantage of is the fact that we have a tremendous amount of Android experts available here at office hours. And those office hours are going to be right out here in the lobbies next to these rooms. Now, whether you're here or tuning in remotely, make sure to check out the Android Dev Summit app. So you can look at all of the events and build your own schedule. Now, you'll notice we have some different sessions throughout the day. This is a bit of an experiment. And the 20-minute sessions are going to run back-to-back on somewhat related topics with the intention that you watch both sessions because there's no time to leave the room. Also, we have lightning talks that are going to be a speed round where we move as quickly as possible to smash as much content to 40 minutes that is probably possible. For those of you at the summit, we're going to be, again, having Q&A with presenters outside these entrances as well, along with the office hours. So make sure to check out the schedule posted on the wall. We have so many people that wanted to talk to you that we can't actually fit them all here at once. So they're going to be coming in and out throughout the day. And so you want to make sure that you're here so that the engineer that worked on bugs that you might be interested in are actually going to be there to defend themselves. And finally, note that office hours are going to be running all day during and between sessions. So you're allowed to skip class if you want to go to office hours instead, or app review clinics, or the demo pods. And besides, we're going to be releasing all of the recorded sessions during and just after the run of the show, so you can binge watch it later. Also, we are having a party later on, so hold on to your badges and get ready for an epic night of music and standing around and talking to people. And that's it. I really appreciate everything. We have a little break now, and so enjoy the rest of Android Dev Summit.
Haven't done anything yet.
Go for it.
Thanks for coming to this talk. My name is Jose Alcerrica. I'm a developer relations engineer at Google, working on Android.
My name is Ziad Boyar. I'm an engineer in the Android Toolkit team.
And today we're going to talk about live data. Live data is one of the first architecture components that we released last year. And in this talk, we're going to explain what it is. We're going to talk about some of the transformations that you can do, how to combine live data. And then we're going to talk about some patterns and anti-patterns that you might want.
The only caveat, though, is that you do have to also add auto values copy annotation. And this is the annotation that basically makes these two tools work together.
By the way, to support this, so normally these annotations were only limited to fields. And we needed to extend it to let you put them on those abstract methods. But it only works if you're using auto value. If you're not using auto value, we are not going to let it compile.
Yep. Similarly, if you were writing a normal data class, you would have a constructor with the fields. In auto value world, you still need that factory method. And Rule will be able to discover this to create your auto value class. And then using it is you would use it as any other data class. You would use the abstract class that you declare. Another highly requested feature that has been working for, that has been requested for a while, and we finally got it, is more RX. So now you can actually have async return types completable, single, and maybe in methods annotated with insert, update, and delete. So we listen. When you request stuff, we'll listen.
Yeah, this is actually it's only available in RX. That's interesting.
Might be available in other type of async.
Like coroutines, Kotlins?
Maybe.
Yeah, please. So Rune 2.1 is a really big release, like the full text search, the database views. And when we decided which features to work on, we're basically relying on your feedback. Like these are literally, like I personally objected that allowing completive length stuff in those like insert queries for a long time. And I gave up because people really wanted it. And this is our development philosophy. We basically look at what the community is doing, how are they using it, what do they want, and implement them. So please, try to use 2.1. It's a very big release, and we want to just ship it as stable as soon as possible, and we need your feedback. We basically look at the number of apps shipping with Room and see how they are using. We'll look for the incoming bugs. I mean, we don't really have bugs, but sometimes look for incoming user errors. Try to fix them. And then we try to ship. So please work with us, and we'll try to wrap it up and ship it. And also, please let us know what other features you want in Room so that we can implement them. All right, thanks a lot for coming to this talk. I hope it was useful.
Thank you.
And we will be in the sandbox area after the talk. Thank you.
Everyone, our next session.
Hey everyone, welcome to our lightning round. And this is where we try to smash an incredible amount of content into only 40 minutes. And what's great about these sessions is these are a lot of things that we might not have the opportunity to present a full-length session for you at a place like I.O. So this is going to be really, really fun. We have an incredibly distinguished set of speakers, and I'm going to talk really fast and get off of here really quickly. If you hear a gong, it means that someone has gone over their 5 minutes, and we need to move on. So we're going to try to move this really, really quickly, and it's going to be great. So stay tuned, and our first talk is going to be about JNI. So please welcome Ellie Hughes.
Hey, my name's Elliot Hughes. I've worked on Android for a while now, and actually my first job on Android was
of the installed apps on a user's device for fraud prevention purposes. So this needs to be prominently disclosed to the user, and only after your user consents to it should the data be transferred.
So in the latest Android releases, we've worked hard to offer a more privacy-sensitive OS. I'm going to walk you through a few of those changes. So in Android 9, we split up the core log permissions from the phone permission group into their own permission group, core log, to give users more transparency into what apps are doing. So if your app is requesting reading phone numbers from the phone state broadcast change, we're now asking you to request both the core log and the phone state permissions. In Android 8, we deprecated the build serial static field, replacing it with a build.getSerial function that requires a read phone state permission. If you're going to use it, please be sure you can use it for valid purposes, because it's a supply policy violation to use it for advertising purposes.
Speaking of limited access, a reminder, apps running in the background on Android 9.0 will require the following restrictions. You will no longer have access to mic or camera in the background. Sensors such as accelerometer, gyroscope will return empty data. If your app needs access to sensor events on devices running Android 9.0, you will need to use a foreground service. And to further inform and protect the user, the system will also add a visual aid to your notifications when your services are accessing the camera or the mic.
So our contacts provider API used to allow apps to contribute data about how often a contact was being contacted, allowing other apps to glean information about interactions not happening within their own scope. So as of January next year, a limited set of contact fields and methods will be made obsolete. These include fields relating to the last time a contact was accessed or contacted. So if your app is accessing or updating these fields, we ask you to use alternative methods. For example, you could fulfill certain use cases by using private content providers or simply storing data in your backend systems.
So this was a really brief talk about best practices for privacy. We hope that we've been able to offer you at least some insight into how you can build apps that are conscious of users' right to privacy and also compliant with all our policies. So as we've mentioned earlier, We definitely believe that security and privacy is a partnership between you, the developer, and our platform. So if you have any questions about it, please do come find us at the office hours. And I hope you all have a great summit and have a great lunch as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with you all today. My name is Phil Adams, and I'm a researcher here at Google.
And I'm Pierre Le Sen, software engineer at Google.
We're here to talk to you today about how we're rethinking app distribution on Google Play. We'll talk about the new app publishing format that we have. The returned app update info object also contains an intent to start the flow. If the app is allowed to start, then you extract this pending intent, and you start it. This will start the download and installation. You can monitor the state of an update by registering a listener for status updates. When the download is complete, you can choose again to install it directly or defer the installation to a more convenient time, for example, using a snack bar. The restart happens when complete update is called. So to recap this new API, ensuring your users get the latest update is important. And you can make that happen by following some of these best practices up here on the screen, and also by integrating with our brand new in-app updates API. The API is available for any app, and so you can get started with it in parallel to switching to the Android app bundle.
And that's it. We've now covered how to make your app smaller and create dynamic features using the Android app bundle, and how you can ensure that your users stay on the latest version of your app using the new in-app updates API. If you want to come and chat about any of this, you can find us at the office hours or the demos on the Google Play stand today and tomorrow. Also, if you want to share about what we've talked today with your team, the Medium post at this link is a great place to start. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the talk. My name is Dong Chen. I'm a tech lead of the MLKit team at Google. I'm here today to talk about MLKit, Google's machine learning SDK for mobile. I will provide an overview of what MLKit does, and also what's new since its inception 6 months ago. I also share some tips and the best practices to improve performance, accuracy, reduce size, and a few other things. In the end, I will talk about what we're working on. 2 years ago,
we're sending a notification to the block channel that is not counted here. So in this case, I saw this app is sending me lots of notifications. So I got curious. I went into the dashboard, and I opened that to see the overlay breakdown. And as you can see here, I got notifications every hour that day. And even at 4 a.m. in the morning, I got 8 notifications. So if these notifications are high importance, I would be woken up in the middle of the night. But thankfully, that's not the case. But if these notifications are push notifications, and they're sent using high-priority FCM message, which means this app is constantly waking up a deep dose device. If I want to have good battery in the morning, I might just uninstall this app. But for now, I will turn on DND, do not disturb, so that I don't get disturbed. Digital well-being also provides ways for users to disconnect and reduce interruption. And on Pixel 3, you can even turn on DND by simply flip your device, which is super convenient. But what if this is a super important notification that the user actually wants to receive? So for those, here's a few advice for you. First, set the right category to your notification. As we can see here in the Do Not Disturb setting, user can choose what to block and what to allow. And they can set exceptions on calls, messages, reminders, and events. If your notification belongs to one of them, please tag your notification as such. Here, I listed a few categories which corresponds to these exceptions on the other side. As I said, if your notification belongs to one of these categories, please let us know by tagging them. The other advice that we have is, if this is a notification coming from another person, then please tag your notification. As you can see here in the Do Not Disturb setting, user can choose who they want to get notified from their contacts. So please add that person in your notification and add the associated URI if possible. Doing this will allow you to bypass Do Not Disturb. But you should always remember that when users turn on Do Not Disturb, they really don't want to be disturbed. So if you're sending a notification that's not expected, that will really annoy them. So please don't abuse these APIs. This brings us back to the quote we had at the beginning, where we're saying, whenever you're sending a notification, please keep this in mind. Don't annoy the user. Respect them, empower them, delete them, and connect them to the people they care about. Thank you.
All the other kids with